Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shannen Doherty, Brian Krause, and Holly Marie Cole.
Ah, hello.
We have to share. That means you can cut me off whenever you want.
Oh, perfect. How's everybody doing? Good?
Sit down.
Is this where I start my stand-up? All right, 3 nuns walk into a bar. I'll stop right there. That's why my... that's it.
Okay.
Anybody have a question?
Yeah.
Karen?
Yeah. How many directors did you have on the show? Guest directors? Like I noticed Hoxie from Happy Days, Anson Williams, as one of the directors.
She was one of the directors. She was one of the directors.
Mel Damsky.
Mel Dansky, who was a frequent director. Oh my gosh, we're being invaded. You're all late.
Hello
You're
and
late.
welcome.
Go away.
Everybody turn around and stare at them.
Yeah, point. Point at them. Late people.
Don't run, no pushing.
Ready for me? Yeah. Whoa. So I was talking to Brian before about a goon bag down at Cottesloe Beach. What is some Australian words that you've picked up? And you'd be like, what the hell are they talking about?
Cheers.
Cheers, right, mate?
There is a girl here, and her name is, I wonder if she's still here. Her name is Indy. She might have left already. And she came up and was just everything that you think Australian people should sound like. It was crazy. I mean, it was like the good day, mate, and it was like so thick, and I was like, I can't understand a word that you're saying, but
Yeah,
you're
your buddy's
amazing.
bloody good. Oh, I can't even spit it out. Bloody galah. Anything.
Yeah, I mean, I did. My lovely Barbara over there taught me a few bad words that you Aussies like to say, which I won't repeat here, but maybe privately we'll talk about it.
I have another question. Okay. So, say that there is going to be a spin-off of Charmed, like there's a reboot or whatever that they're talking about. If it was to have all your kids in it that were in the show, that are going to be the new Charmed ones or whatever, would you be interested in doing cameos or going onto the show and doing anything to do with a reboot if they asked you?
I mean, I think it depends always on how it's done. You know, like for us to say, I'll speak for myself, I'm sorry. For me to say, like, yeah, I'd be in it is a little too, what's the right word?
I don't know.
You know, you have to read it, you have to see who's involved, who's making it, how true to the real Charmed they're gonna be. I think that there's some shows that you feel protective of and a little like, oh, God, don't mess with it, don't mess with it, don't mess with it. So it's a wait and see kind of a thing. And that's even if they really do it. I don't think they will.
If the children are going to be Drew and Wes, then no. We can recast them. Then maybe. Yeah.
I think
You know
if
they're
they
gonna
were
watch
to do a reboot,
Drew's mad right now.
if you guys weren't to be in the reboot, no, it should not go ahead. Can't be done
Thank
if you
you.
don't do it.
We wish them well.
Thank you.
Hi. Hey. If you could swap powers with each other, whose
Oh, I
powers
want to
would you
throw
have?
people around. I didn't get to do that.
Blew them up.
It's not the same. Then they disappear in little particles. It's just not the same.
I think blowing people up is pretty cool on occasion. I mean, did anybody have the going back in time power?
You guys jumped
I
around.
yeah, I'll take Tempest's pass. I would like to go back in time on occasion. That's right.
Leo was an avatar.
That's right.
Wait,
I'm not switching my powers.
Hi. What's the best part or fulfilling part of being Charmed?
You guys.
good answer. Ooh, she's quick. She just had
She
coffee.
was quick.
Sorry. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's you guys. It's like the most dedicated, loyal, amazing fans that, you know, you just want to hug every single one of them and definitely.
There's no hugging right now.
No, I know. I
Stay
got
in your
reprimanded
seat.
in France for hugging too much, apparently. I have to be on good behavior this time. No crying and no hugging is what I was told.
Exactly. No, but it's true because we had no idea when we were doing the show how enduring it would be and how much it meant to people and how much it still means. And it's stunning and astonishing still to this day that it means so much to people.
Thank you. What about Brian?
What about Brian? Oh, you want to say?
The greatest thing about being on the show is I'm crammed between two hot ladies. That doesn't
Says
suck.
that to all of his shows.
No, definitely the fans. I mean, for all the work we've all done, it's amazing that continually it's Leo, 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 and
Leo.
Leo, and
If you're in France,
no, it's
Leo.
you know, for something to continue for so long and keep giving back is wonderful. So thank you all for loving the show.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Hello. Hi. I want to know, you had a lot of amazing guest stars on the show. Was there anyone that you just loved working with? And also, is there any shows that you'd like to appear on? I know you're on Pretty Liars, I'm a big fan, but...
It's funny, we were just talking about this the other day when we were trying to figure out which episode Amy Adams was in. That was a pretty good guest star. She's done okay for herself since then, I think.
Yeah, that was the one with the like bad Irish.
Thank you. See, thank you for keeping
Yeah,
the
they-
memory
they know
alive,
all of
'cause
them.
we don't remember crap. Season 2. There you go.
I hear she loves
You
Leo,
can come
right?
sit next to me.
Yeah, Sam, why don't you just take a seat?
Just whisper to me quietly.
Historical person that we go to.
Who was your favorite co-star? Guest star.
You know, actually one of my favorites was Nancy O'Dell.
Oh, that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
count.
She's hot.
Yeah.
And she does the news. She was great.
Yep.
Charisma Carpenter wasn't
I
bad.
knew you were going to say
Yeah. Well, she was naked, for Christ's sake.
that. She was
How do you hate
mostly
that?
naked, not totally
Hello?
naked. That was her
Do you need
Playboy.
Leo's help? I mean, yeah. I would use both hands. That's when both hands. I was always one hand, but with her, it was like,
What? You need both hands.
that's kidding.
I'm going to tell her you said that. All right then, as we digress.
A show that I'd like to be on? Gosh, I mean, I don't watch TV much, but Black Sails is a new show that I'd love to be on and be kind of a pirate. Or, you know, The Big Bang Theory would always be great. Big dork, so it'd be fantastic.
I love Game of Thrones.
Get in a fight with Will Wheaton.
I love Game of Thrones, but I don't want to be that naked ever. So that rules that out for me. Who would you be naked for?
I'll do House of Cards.
They're
House
naked
of Cards
a lot
and
there,
or
too.
The Good Wife.
Yes, not
Yeah.
so naked.
Those are yeah, but I would definitely do one of those shows.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. Over the whole series, you had amazing costumes, clothing. What was your favourite item of clothing or costume? Or worst?
Leo's was his flannels
Yeah, you said you were going to wear it next
and his
time.
tool belt. Mine was my various colored leather pants. I had a lot of them. I still have a few.
I think any of my words are from Miss Hellfire.
Yeah. The fur was fake.
That was like pretty ridiculous. It was not how I would ever dress in real life, but boy, did I feel like sexy and hardcore.
Looked it.
I like that one. And Antonio Sabata Jr., I mean, come on. Right? Okay. I just did another movie with him like a couple of months ago, and I swear to God, he just gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter.
Yeah, I don't know what he's drinking, but
I don't know what he's drinking either and what he's doing, but it's something, I mean, those Italians, it's ridiculous. And then he started talking to me in Italian, and I was like,
that always helps.
I was like, wait, I'm married? Wait, what? I mean, he's just gorgeous and the sweetest man in the world on top of it all.
You were too, Brian. It's okay. You're...
Thank you.
Wham, wham, Brian.
Hi, I was wondering, what was your favorite or most memorable fan experience?
Well, recently, when we went to Paris for a charm convention, somebody requested that I do the Coyote Piper dance on stage, and I said no. I said that's extra. But we did have a fan from Greece who surprisingly, and a boy, and surprisingly knew every move and did it up front here in front of us. I was highly impressed.
Anybody want to do it?
Sam.
Yep. Oh no.
Yeah, you know, that's actually not the original song that
it was
we
not the original
choreographed
song.
the dance to.
No.
But they didn't want to get the song that we...
They didn't like the song that we picked.
It was Rage Against the Machine.
No, it was Bush.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No,
it
originally
was,
it was. No, it was
Bush.
not. I'm always
No,
right.
when you choreographed
I'm the oldest.
it was your
It was
song.
Rage Against
But
the Machine.
when I did it in the bar, it was Bush.
Oh, in the bar it was Bush. We choreographed it to Rage Against the Machine.
We choreographed it? No, I did not. I just did as I was instructed, like a good, proper actress.
She, you know, you learned well. You did it perfectly. Yeah, and then it was a Bush song, and then they did that other song.
Yeah.
Which is
Wasn't
always
our-
weird because she's like dancing to a certain beat.
Yeah.
And then they take that
It's
song
their
away and put in another song after she's already filmed it. So it's, you're always like, why? It was,
I don't know.
it
Thank
worked
you.
great.
No, it was one of his guys, which makes the story so much better. It was someone who worked for him.
It was Wall, right?
It was Mike Wall.
It was Mike Wall.
Oh, Mike Wall. And a bunch of our stunt guys, in case I fell. Clearly.
Chad.
Chad.
Hi.
I wasn't naming
First of all,
names.
thank you for coming to Perth. My question is, what is the funniest moment you can remember throughout the whole series? Which is the best moment you could choose? I asked a tough one.
Wow. Ever. When Piper and Leo got married, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was a funny day in my life.
Hilarious.
It's
Actually, it was kind of funny, and you won't remember why, but I remember why. We filmed that scene over 2 days, so we sent the wedding dress that was a lot of fabric to be dry cleaned the night before, and so I could use it the next day, and it came back so soaked in the awful fluid that I literally probably smelled like formaldehyde. I did, don't lie.
Formaldiflowers.
It was bad. I was pretty noxious. I was making my own eyes burn from it. These are small mishaps behind the scenes that make us the actors that we became many years later. So when you got misty-eyed, all the chemicals. Sorry.
Didn't have to work for that.
Nope.
Thank you.
Hi,
I was wondering if you could be any villain throughout the whole series, who would you be?
Anybody throughout the whole series?
Any villain, yeah.
Villain.
Oh, I want to be Cole. He had the best male wardrobe. A wham wham, Brian.
Did I say anything?
No, but I can feel you. Villain.
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 What?
What?
I don't even think it'd be Cold, but it'd be Balthazar, his alter ego. Paint me up and get buff. That'd be cool.
I would now be Tempest. So thank you for giving me that one.
What?
Tempest. What was his name?
You're just pulling names out. Is that someone? Is that someone?
Hey guys. We hear a lot about, what goes on, what went on during the show, and obviously what's been happening since, but we never really hear about like the pre-charm, just before. So like, how did you guys get your roles, and what was the process leading up, and did you know that each other were going to be in the show?
We all kind of vaguely knew each other. I mean, obviously Shannon and I knew each other very well, but I was friends with a friend of Brian's wife, which made things especially awkward.
She was basically living at my house when we were playing video games until
You're not
4
supposed to
o'clock
tell
in the
people
morning.
that part of the story.
So, yeah, I would say we kind of knew each other beforehand. Wow, that's an interesting one. So, I was hanging out with Holly, as we sometimes do, and I was talking to her about the script that I had gotten offered, called whatever the show's name is, Charmed. I'm so I just blanked. I was just like...
It's been a long day.
I was like, wait, was it called The Power of Three? Like, what was it called?
Well, in France, they call it Charmed.
Right.
So.
I mean, it's like... So anyway, Charmed. And, but was it called Charmed in the pilot? It was, yeah. Okay. So, and she encouraged me to meet with Mr. Spelling, who I had already worked with. So
You didn't want to do a spelling show again. You can say it.
No, that's not true, actually. That's actually completely untrue. I think I was trepidatious about doing another Aaron Spelling show simply because of the kind of shows that they were. So I was definitely thinking of a different path for myself and my career when he called, and I initially said no, and then Holly was like, no, I read the script, you should read the script, it's really good. So I did, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go in and talk to Mr. Spelling, and I did, and he was amazing and charming, and
No
basically
pun
he gave me no choice. I mean, he looked at me and said, so kiddo, you're signed up and you're doing it. And I was like, wait, what? What just happened in this meeting like 5 minutes in? And so, I mean, for me, it was really easy. And I said to him, I was like, that's fine, but I have to be part of casting the rest of the cast because I don't want to do a show with people I don't like. It's just, life is too short. And he said, great, who do you have in mind? And I was like, well, my best friend happens to be a really okay actor.
Sometimes.
So we brought Holly in, and he met with Holly, and we took Holly to network along with another girl named Lori Rom that we auditioned as well. And then I don't know how this guy got involved at all. But God, were we lucky.
He's
just, I mean, so handsome.
He slipped through. He slipped in unnoticed, and he stayed quiet for a couple years, so we kept him around.
He did. He was so quiet.
Yeah.
You were really quiet.
Yeah. Then you started making.
Yeah, and then you got very unquiet.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that later.
Where's my microphone?
You don't get one right now.
It's just got to be.
That's awesome. I'm really glad that you did the show, and
So am I. One of the absolute best decisions of my entire life.
You're welcome.
Was doing Charmed.
Thanks,
And
guys.
you're welcome. Good.
Hi guys.
Hello.
First of all, I just want to say I'd love to see you guys do a supernatural crossover. That'd be great.
Oh, that would have been great, but the WB just wasn't on the ball.
It's a shame, but it'd be great,
I
eh? I've actually got two questions. First is, did you have, while filming, any real-life spooky experiences? Supernatural moments?
Brian?
There was a while there I was having some funky dreams. I don't know, supernatural, but yeah, like just witchy kind of dreams, but nothing demonic or strange, but it might have been whatever I was drinking. But yeah, I had weird dreams, but never like a real experience.
Yeah.
But I know they both experienced some crazy stuff.
Only when I had to make out with you.
That's when she had the weird dreams.
This is actually directed at Shannon. Did you continue to watch the show after you left?
I didn't watch it when I was on it.
Oh, okay.
And that is only because I'm very self-conscious. So if I watch myself, then I'm really aware of all these annoying things that I do, like my hands through my hair, or like one eyebrow will go up, or...
No, you had a problem with your blinking, which
What?
was like blinking.
Yeah, blinking. Yeah, I would be like, why do I blink so much? Why is this, So I rip myself to shreds. I'm super critical of myself. So the only episodes I ever watched were the ones I directed, and
Yep.
that is because I was in the editing room editing them, so I had to watch
Because you
them.
had to.
Yes, I had to. Not that I wouldn't go back now and watch them.
You would just laugh at us. I did
Thanks.
watch almost too much of it. I watched every minute of dailies. And if they put in a shot that I didn't think was the right shot, I would call them and let them know that in the editing there was a better shot. Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
overachiever.
Hi, my question is for Brian and Holly. Do you have any memorable moments with the kids that played Chris and Wyatt? Maybe
Oh
funny
my
moments?
God,
or...
we scarred them. I hear they're fine now, but we did have some moments where there was one scene in the attic where he was sort of in the baby cage, and baby cage. It wasn't a playpen anymore, it was the baby cage. And like we had a demon come in, and the demon actually was in like full makeup and scared the bejesus out of, I'm not sure which one it was. And so once he knew that there were supposed to be monsters that came in here, they felt like they didn't want to come to work anymore. So actually what we did is trusty Brian here would come in when he wasn't working, and he would literally carry them around the set and play with them and until they felt more comfortable. He did. Yeah.
Hello again. This question's from one of the girls at the back, because she wasn't allowed to ask it. We used to play Charmed all the time when we were kids, and so I could pretty much recite all of the spells.
Thank God, because I can't.
That's the question. Do you remember any spell at all off the top of your head? Can you remember
quiz.
any?
Power of three.
Yeah, power of three.
Power of three, set us free.
There was a reason we always had that note in our hands.
Did you have to have cards up?
No, never cards, never cards. I don't think.
No, don't you remember Alyssa would always like pull out like right
Yeah,
as something was
that we
happening
had
really bad,
the
and
notes.
she would like pull something out of her like really
Yeah.
really tight sexy pants, and she would pull it out and be like, okay, here we go, here's the spell, and we would be like,
That wasn't always supposed to happen. Just
yeah,
ended
that
up
wasn't
happening.
originally in the script. We were
Right.
supposed to just be good at remembering the spells, but we couldn't actually remember them, so.
The
notes.
other question is, you like the house. We are obsessed with that house. And in the pilot episode, that Alyssa Milano wasn't in, the house looked nothing like what it was when you guys were in it.
Oof, because that original house was the original house.
It was,
and
that
then-
is it? So
yeah,
that's the
was the one
house.
that we shot in Echo Park, and then we rebuilt the house when
Oh, the whole
you know
thing?
when it went to series, and so we rebuilt the rooms in the ways that the walls that could be pulled out and moved around, and it was a little different.
Did you film there a lot, like actually at the
We-
set on the street?
I mean, we didn't ever for the first pilot. We
We were
were
in the house.
inside the house, but for the series, we never shot inside
No,
the actual
only
real
outside,
house.
or the doorway.
Only the exterior.
The doorway.
And the exterior was the same on both
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Not another one?
Okay, cool.
Hi. I actually also have two questions. I was wondering what each of your favourite episodes of Charmed are.
Favorite episode? Mine is Sword in the City. Yeah, for a couple of reasons. Which one? Sword in the... I didn't think you were there. No. Somebody's going to be able to tell me. Was it season 5? Oh, Jesus. I was close. What? Evil?
What was the other one? When I froze?
That was good.
Vile Conleos?
That was not my idea. We were both evil? At the same time?
I got married to a warlock?
Oh, I'm so confused. That was a tough episode. I remember that. I remember. Is it? It's not animal pragmatism. Okay. It was what? Bride and Gloom. Who were you marrying?
I'm lost. I'm
Who
completely
played the warlock?
lost.
Somebody Google it. Right. Right.
On what bike?
That part you remember?
I remember that little part, yeah.
Oh, the guy who infiltrated my dreams.
That's right. And she fell in love with her.
Oh no. I'm making you both watch it tonight.
Oh.
He became his bitch.
Oh, got it.
Smash 'em. I remember the smashing.
I was wearing some like black and gray like chiffon
Yes.
thing. Yeah, just tell me what I was wearing, then I'll remember it.
We do remember by wardrobe. Episode by wardrobe.
Okay,
What was?
That's good.
We just said it.
No, no.
But she was wearing the chiffon thing. There's so many favorite episodes. Evil Leo was good. The spiky hair and the goatee. That was fantastic. I can't remember titles at all. Saving Private Leo was fantastic. Yeah. Anything with Gideon, yeah, it was good. I like when we did all the sword stuff and the Valkyrie. Yeah, so many. I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite.
I think I loved the Western episode that I directed, just because it was so much fun to wear all the Western attire, and it was also really amazing sort of going off and working with Julian, because I didn't have a lot of scenes with him. So I also directed the episode, so it was like Julian and I were off for days doing our own thing, and then the girls, I would direct them doing something else. So I think it's kind of the first episode that Julian and I, on a personal basis, really sort of connected and got to know each other better. So for me, that's definitely one of my favorites. The last one that I was ever in, and I think Hellfire was also one of my favorites. And Empath. Yeah, I loved that episode. Just for the, thank you. I mean, for the drama, for the acting, it was so challenging. But then all the fight sequences, I did my own stunts on the show, so it was incredibly challenging and rewarding. I went home with bruises and marks on my body every day, and I loved it.
Just a general reminder to everyone, please do not shout out during the panel. If you'd like to ask a question, please come and line up.
Boo.
My other question is, was there anything from wardrobe or from set that you guys got to take home, and where is the Book of Shadows?
Everything. I have all Hellfire's wardrobe. I took a lot of wardrobe, a lot, but I spent a lot of time picking out my clothes. So I felt like I deserved those clothes for sure. And they are now like in a storage place somewhere far away, I think. Holly took a lot.
It didn't take a lot. I have
She
a
took
box.
swords and stuff.
I did take swords. I didn't take as many clothes, but I did take swords. I think I have a box. I have a box of Piper stuff, and I definitely have Coyote Piper pants, because how could you not? Yeah, I have a few things. What did you take? I don't know what's happening over here. Okay, there's no secrets.
Not one. Not one.
Stud. I was about to say that Brian took home guest stars. And maybe some leading ladies. But apparently
think she
no
was a guest star.
stars. Just
That-
a leading lady.
That was no guest star.
And it wasn't one of us.
That was a regular.
I can say nothing.
So what happened to the Book of Shadows?
Brad Kern has it. He promised to share with me. He lies. That's how I feel about that.
Thank you.
Hi guys. I was just wondering, on the show, whenever you were scrying for a person or a demon, how was that achieved? Was that with like magnets or something?
How did we slay, kill, maim, injure people? You know, like when people would explode, we'd have to freeze, and then they'd have to run out through various cords ungraciously.
Now, are you asking about the scrying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with that
the scrying,
rock.
not the.
All right,
But
totally
you just
different.
want to talk about killing people, apparently.
But that's awesome as well.
That too, yeah.
The scrying. Remember where the necklace
Yeah,
would
the
do
crystal.
Yeah, whatever that thing was.
That was very manual. That wasn't a lot of special effects. We swung it and dropped it. We did. There was no magnets. There was nothing high tech. We
I think
swung.
Alyssa also was the one who really did the crystal, and she was very good at like just sort of having it go perfectly in a circle. I was.
What's
well, we
wrong,
could ask
Brian?
Brian, how was that?
I don't even know what the question was. I wasn't a part of that. I was always off camera for that stuff. So.
Maybe that's when you took her home. No? I didn't say who. Calm down.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where are you going? Don't. No.
Hey guys.
You think I had a choice?
Everybody has a choice.
Just kind of going on what that other guy said
Are you
about
sweating?
experiencing like
sweating.
supernatural things outside. Did you get like so used to freezing things that you drop something and try and freeze it, but it wouldn't happen?
I try not to.
Or try
She
and swing
freezes
your
me
arm
at
to
my
close the
house
door.
all the time. All the time, right as I'm like nodding off and she's still talking to me, she freezes me with my eyes open so she can pretend I'm awake.
Yes.
All the time.
That's good.
Every Wednesday night.
That's because
Wednesday
you
night
let
is
me
freeze
play
night.
with you.
Hi. Thanks, guys.
Did you enjoy working with Australian talent, in particular our local
you
products?
We're paying attention,
Yeah.
I swear.
Did you enjoy working with the Australian talent, in particular our local products from Perth, Marcus Graham and Melissa George?
Melissa George is fabulous. Do you know who Melissa George is?
No. She's on The Good Wife.
Valkyrie.
She's the hot blonde.
Oh. What episode is that?
Sam? So good. Wow. Wow.
Oh my God, we
That's
should
so
totally have a
impressive.
competition.
Yeah, I want to pop quiz.
We should definitely have a competition. Are you coming to the thing tonight? Because we need a little competition between you two.
It's a duel.
Hi again.
Hi.
You too. Question, did you do any research into sort of the witchery type of stuff? It is such a rich culture with Salem, and I know you addressed that in some of your episodes.
We did in the beginning, and Constance, who created the show, did as well. But, you know, at the time, it was a really touchy subject. And so we got letters from people saying it wasn't accurate enough, and then we got letters from people saying it was too accurate and we were spreading bad magic through the world. So it was a fine line, and there was definitely no pleasing everybody at the same time. So, but we did our best. And we did have a resident demonologist there for a while.
Cool. And with the end of the whole series, how did you find that wrapping up with the cast and crew you'd worked with for ages, and was it a really sad day?
It wasn't really a sad day. I mean, because we had a lot of people there, and we were able to end it in a way and tie up the story in a way that was satisfying to everybody. And you know, sometimes in TV shows you don't get that opportunity. So I mean, I've done one where they said we were canceled, and everybody was like, "Wait, what?" You know, and we had to scramble to finish it. So I think we were lucky that we were able to do it the way that we did.
Cool. Thank you.
Hello. I started watching Charm from such a young age, so it wasn't always about the characters and the storylines. It was more about the lessons I took back from each episode. Did you guys take anything back from an individual episode or a season, something you learned?
Well, I think that was kind of by design. Spelling had a moral message sort of built into every episode in the beginning, and that was on purpose, you know, because it was supposed to be a show that was about sisters who happened to be witches and not witches that were sisters. So that human aspect of it was always very important to us from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch any of Mr. Spelling's shows, even, you know, crazy ones like Dynasty, there's always some form of a message that comes through to the audience, whether it's about greed or love or whatever it is. I think it's what made him huge and so successful, and also kind of a lovely person, is that he wanted to give the audience what they wanted and drama and everything else, but he also wanted to constantly be addressing issues and putting out a really good positive message. I mean, he did it with 90210, and he certainly did it with Charmed.
Thank you.
Hello. Just wondering if you've learnt anything throughout your career in and out of Charm that you'd like to pass on as a piece of advice for anyone who would like to work in a similar field?
Don't do a show with 3 girls.
Okay.
No, kidding. And I certainly didn't learn that lesson because I went on to do a show with 4 girls instead. I'm just kidding. What lessons did you learn,
Yeah, Brian, tell us what lesson you learned.
Not to take all my guest stars?
That was a valuable lesson learned.
But it all worked out in the end, didn't it? No, I don't know. I'm here. Lessons from the show?
In and out of your career. What, yeah, overall.
I guess I don't quite understand.
What lessons did
Do you have any advice or anything? Yeah.
Wait,
During the time
that you were on the show, did you learn anything from the experience?
Oh, didn't I just answer that?
Yeah.
I was pretty mindlessly wondering about. You know, I think one of the things that I really learned was coming to work prepared. Shannen and Holly, Alyssa, they're professionals. They come to work ready to go. It's true. They finish the day in 12 hours. They work hard. They know their lines. They get it done. Most people on a lot of shows don't. They're not prepared. The day goes on very long. And it was one thing that I always knew. If I come to work prepared, know my lines, kick ass as much as I can, stay out of the way of the people making it, then it seems to work. And that's something I learned from both of you for sure.
The lesson he learned was flattering his co-stars, especially the female ones. Not every day.
I think I just learned to keep my head down, you know? Like, eventually you just kind of go, I'm going to just keep my head down and do my work.
I
and
didn't
that's
throw
it.
that many things at her. She's exaggerating.
But thank you, Brian. That was actually really nice. That was really sweet.
Thank you very much.
So in the lead up to today, I've been watching a lot of old promos and videos and stuff from Charmed.
Oh no.
One that was really funny that I would love to hear more about is Friday Night Grape Fight.
Oh God. Yeah, that started one very. Our first season, we had very long Friday nights, and there was one that in particular that was 18 hours, and we were filming in a wine set store. I didn't even remember if it was an actual thing, and there was all these very fake. They were fake grapes, and we just got a little too slap happy and started throwing things. I didn't throw that many things, but yes, on Friday nights we began to throw things.
Totally threw stuff.
And they gave us the plastic grapes because that way it didn't hurt as much.
Thanks.
Some of the directors got hurt.
This question is for Shannen. I'm just wondering if you regret leaving Charmed and why you did.
That's a great last question.
So that's it. Bye-bye. You know, I guess there's a few things that I regret. I maybe wish that in the very, very beginning when I said yes, I had maybe done things a little differently in that so that things were different in the series that would have been more helpful and conducive to me staying longer. But, you know, I always think that things happen for a reason. And there's not really any place in life for regrets, right? Because I think the world is just far too many other things than something like a TV show, which, granted, it's amazing and it's great, but, you know, I regret that people are not more, don't show humanity towards animals, and I regret that, you know, we don't all check ourselves on a regular basis and treat people with respect and kindness. Those are the things that I regret. I don't regret a TV show. With that being said, yeah, you know, sometimes it's a little like, especially when I come here and I talk to all of you, because I started the show, sometimes I have a moment where I'm like, huh, that's weird. We're talking about season 6, and I don't know season 6, you know, and I think there's a moment of feeling a little bit of sadness, but then I kind of look at the projects that I got to work on afterwards, and I'm happy.
Thank you.
And thank you for the toughest question ever, being the last one.
That's all we've got time for, guys. So please,
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
please put your hands together for Shannen Doherty, Brian Krause, and Holly Marie Combs.